This card was printed at the exact moment Bo Jackson didn't feel real. Not just a great athlete, not just a Pro Bowler or an All Star. Bo Jackson was the kind of impossible you tell people about years later, and they wonder if you're exaggerating. And this one piece of cardboard lives right before everyone found out that even he has limits. Before this card ever hit a pack, Bo Jackson had already done the kind of things that sound made up. He wins the Heisman Trophy at Auburn, signs with the Kansas City Royals, starts playing Major League Baseball. Then, because apparently that wasn't enough, he joins the Los Angeles Raiders and starts running over grown men like they're tackling dummies. If you were a kid back then, Bo wasn't just a player. He was that player. The one you brought up anytime someone asked who was the best athlete in the world. And the numbers almost don't even matter. You remember the feeling more than the stats. The All-Star Game home run, the Monday Night Football run where he just kept going. Baseball season, football season, same guy, same year. It didn't make sense, and no one really cared that it didn't. And then there's this card, 1990 score, Bo. Black and white, Bo in full Raider pads, bat across his shoulders, looking straight at you. Football gear, baseball bat, one image that basically says, yeah, I do both. Most cards try to capture one lane, a swing, a throw, or catch. This one doesn't even pretend. It's not a Royals card or a Raiders card. It's not baseball or football. It's just Bo Jackson, the idea. If you were going to explain the early 90s to somebody using a single sports card, this would be on a very short list. What makes this specific card so wild is the timing. This isn't a nostalgia card made years later. It isn't a tribute. It's not even a remember when. This was printed when everyone genuinely thought this just might be normal for a while. That Bo would keep doing both, hitting home runs in the summer and breaking off long runs in the fall like it was just another job. Nike's running the Bo Knows campaign. He's in commercials with musicians, other athletes. Kind of just dropped into every possible sport like they're seeing what can't he do. And if you were holding this card back then, it didn't feel like a risk or a bet. It felt like the safest thing you could own. Of course, Bo was going to keep being Bo. What almost nobody talked about at the time was what it takes for a human body to make this image real. Baseball by itself is a grind. Day after day, traveling, batting practice, games, the little injuries that never really go away. Football by itself is a grind. Hits, tackles, collisions that just don't hurt, they subtract from you. Bo wasn't picking one. He was doing both, and not passively. He wasn't the last guy in the roster, just hanging on. He was at the center of everything. The marketing, the highlights, the expectations. This card turns all of that into something clean and simple. A perfect photo, a cool pose, a moment frozen on glossy stock. But there's a real person under all of this. A person whose hips, legs, back, and joint are dealing with every swing, every bruise, every hit in two different professional sports. Less than a year after this card came out, the story everyone thought they were watching changed. In a playoff game against Cincinnati, Bo gets tackled from behind on what looks like a pretty normal play. No huge collision, no helmet flying off, just an awkward angle. A body that had been asked to do superhuman things for too long, and a hip that never really recovered. Football was done, baseball was never the same. And that's the thing about a card like this. It doesn't know any of that. It doesn't know what's coming. It just exists at the last moment when none of those questions were even in the air. Today, you can still find copies of this card all over the place. It's not rare, it's not numbered, it's not shiny, it's not chrome, it's not an autograph or patch or even a serial stamp. It's just Bo in black and white, existing in a universe where being Bo Jackson still made complete sense. And that's what makes it important. You're not holding just a star or a stat or a highlight. You're holding a version of reality that doesn't exist anymore. A time when the answer to who's the best athlete alive felt easy. And a time when the idea of him not being that guy felt almost impossible to imagine. That's what I love about this hobby. Some cards are about value, some cards are about condition or grade or price. But some of them are timestamps. They live right before everything changes, before the injury, before the trade, before the decline, and before we know how the story ends. This 1990 score Bo Jackson is one of those cards. It doesn't show you what happened. It shows you what we thought would keep happening forever. Some cards are about value. Others are about timing. This one lives right before everything changed.